Yeah. As you can see, I'm now full screen. I know that you probably like to see me full screen. Thumbs up. Today we're going over Zoom alternatives, as I've already said. So Zoom is a utter privacy and security nightmare. So what alternatives are there? So I'll talk through the alternatives. So there's Mumble is the first open source alternative. So the first ones I'm going to mention are open source because those are the best ones you can use. And so you can use Mumble if you want to. That's one very popular option and has become a bit of a standard almost in open source video conferencing, so that's a great option. There's Jitsi, and that's video conferencing software. It's quite not really new. It's quite good though. It is quite new, and it's basically browser based. So if you set up a Jitsi server, there's a certain server you can use just as a public instance. You can use Calyx Meet. So Calyx Meet is at meet.calyx.net. And if you go there, you can easily enter in a name of your meeting, and you can kind of make it a meeting easily. So you can meet up with people. You could even meet up with fans and stuff. So that would be cool. Maybe I'll do that one day. I don't know. So there's other options like Yami. So if you want a GNU approved video conferencing solution and messaging solution, which really does a bit of everything, then I think Yami is a good idea, or you might call it Yami. It's Jami. So there's also Linphone. So that's another video conferencing option that you have. You also have Wire. So that's another option. I don't know too much about Wire. I just know it is paid, I believe, but it's open source, which is good. You have some closed source options, which aren't the best, but but they're still alright. Some of them are good actually. So yeah. So there's Teams, obviously. So if you they recently launched a personal version of Teams. And that means that you could host a meeting yourself without needing a full business license or enterprise/education license. You don't need that. You can just get a regular personal version. There's also, on the same note, Skype. So, of course, everybody really knows Skype, don't they? I don't know anybody who doesn't know about Skype. It's a very well-known video conferencing platform if you haven't heard of it. It's owned by Microsoft, and it's a proprietary kind of thing that works in your web browser, and it also works as a desktop app. You can also call regular phone numbers with what do you call it again? Yeah, with Skype. So that's one piece of functionality you might not get on other platforms, but you will have to pay for that, obviously. So that is one downside. I might need to check my network configuration, in fact. Oh well. Let's move on. Hopefully you'll be able to see me. If you can't, then I'm sorry about that. In fact, I'm just gonna quickly check that my network configuration, you can actually see me, because for some reason my web browser isn't working. But that is another thing. So if you think, well, if you like Skype, that's cool, but there's other options, obviously. So there's also Discord. So Discord is very much, it's not really the first option that would come to mind, really, but I guess it's one option. You can use Discord because Discord is I mean, it's mainly a chat platform where you like chat in a kind of chat room, or it's like IR. It's almost like IRC or Matrix, but it's a bit different. But yeah, you can also video conference with that, although that's a bit more casual, if you get what I mean, if you kind of catch my drift. So yeah. So there's also Google Duo, so I don't really recommend this solution. There's also Google Meet, and yeah. So I'm just going to quickly see if my stream is actually live. But whilst I do that, I'll talk about some other alternatives that you can use. So you can use so as well as the Google ones that are pretty good, but there's spying concerns and all that, so I wouldn't suggest you use it. But there are, there's also Cisco WebEx, if you've ever heard of that. So that is one thing made by Cisco. So Cisco is a big company. They make mainly networking products. So I just checked and I am live. So I'm sorry about looking down and all that constantly. I am live, so I know that now. That's good. But Cisco, the actual person who originally made Zoom, used to work for Cisco, and there were some debates on whether they stole the technology from Cisco, but that's another subject. But it basically, Cisco WebEx is pretty cool. It's a great solution. If you don't like Zoom and the privacy concerns, maybe try Cisco WebEx. It's very practical. Even CNN use it. So it's pretty cool if CNN use it. It must be pretty reliable. I don't know. So before I lose all my audience which doesn't watch CNN, then I'm going to move swiftly on. So of course there's a TeamViewer, if you've ever heard of that. That's a proprietary technology. That isn't the best. I wouldn't suggest you use TeamViewer. I know it's quite proprietary and kind of closed source, so I really wouldn't suggest you use it, but that is an option. So you can use TeamViewer if you really want to, or if you're forced to. It's better than Zoom, maybe. I'm not really sure. I've not really used TeamViewer, but I know I don't particularly like it. But that's let's stop talking about that, and let's say about TeamTalk. So that's another option that you have. But I'm just gonna quickly check something. So let's think about so I believe, do Baidu have a video conferencing platform? I believe they do. So if they do, that's another option.
Wow. That's...
Okay, I do not know what that was. But let's just continue. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's FaceTime, which is another option. There's also so there's Okay, I believe Baidu do have a video calling platform, but that's another subject. So there's also GeoMeet. So if you're in India and you use Geo, which is a platform in India, they do like mobile services. Then you can you can use GeoMeet. So GeoMeet was made during the pandemic by the people at Geo, who wanted to make an alternative to Zoom. So if you want to use that, you can. I don't think I'm personally going to be using that. There might be a few privacy concerns, but I don't know. But you can, so you can use that if you really want to. If you live in India, it'll probably make way more sense, and lots of people use it, then I wouldn't really say that you shouldn't use it. Just maybe be cautious, I don't know about that. But I'm sure there are other solutions. I believe one video conferencing platform is actually, I believe Huawei have one in China. I'm not sure on that one. Oh yes, it turns out my networking, like my kind of Wi-Fi was on the blink, but I think that's fixed. So you should hopefully be able to see me. But yeah, so there are of course other alternatives like Livestorm, Vidlo, Uber Conference. There's a lot of them out there. There's server software like GNU Gatekeeper. Yeah, so that's cool. But there's of course, so there's other things. So there's Jabber. I forgot to mention that. That's a great protocol that you can video call using, I believe. And that is cool. I quite like Jabber. Jabber. It's quite a cool thing. Jabber. I believe it's XMPP. I mean, what am I talking about today? So you can of course use XMPP. That's one option. But yeah, there's a lot of options for you if you're going to get alternatives to Zoom. There's less than there used to be. Actually, there's more than there used to be. But basically, I'm sorry if I've been a bit rambly today. I didn't prepare well for this stream, but there, of course, are very good alternatives to Zoom. So you have what you call it again? You have Cisco WebEx, you have Yami, you have Jitsi, and yeah, so you have all these options. So there's no real reason to have a privacy invasion like Zoom on your system and using that. So yeah. So if you own a workplace, try not to use Zoom, please. It's just not good to use it. And if you want to keep any company kind of discussion, under wraps, then you don't really want to use it. So let's say you have a top secret project, then you wouldn't want to use Zoom for that. But and also even if you're a personal user, then you should still not use Zoom because spying concerns, and they're routing all their kind of traffic through China, I believe, and that might not be a privacy concern, maybe not, but still it isn't good when you're not really meant to be doing that. And also that Zoom lied about encryption when they said that they had encryption, which they didn't. But that's a whole entire different topic. But thank you for watching this stream. I might do another stream in a few minutes. But this was one topic of the stream, and yeah. So see you guys in the next one. You can like, share, subscribe if you're on YouTube, Odyssey, DTube. You could be watching us on Twitch right this second. I might check the chat in case something has happened. But yeah, so there are great alternatives, as I've already said. So you can talk in the chat if you want to, but I won't I won't be waiting too long. So let's just wrap up this stream and say thank you for watching, and goodbye.